The state superintendent in Oklahoma wants to incorporate the Bible and the Ten Commandments in all classrooms.
Religion has no place in school, absolutely no place. Religion is something that should be taught at home. Because most people never read it, but they have so much to say about it. It's the craziest thing. You never read something, but someone else told you about it, and now you go off of that as if it's real, when they might have not even read the Bible. They got that from someone else.
Take out our sword in the dark and start swinging that double-edged sword that's quick and powerful and it's sharp.
Back with another one. And in this video, we're going to pick up where we left off on that last one, about that 10 Commandments in schools. As always, all praise to the Most High. We're not going to forget that. But I just wanted to give that update. We're going to just jump into this one. Apparently, another place, Oklahoma, is jumping on board also. So we look like we got a string of, states joining the party. But is it a good thing or is it a bad thing? That's the question we got to figure out. What is the agenda to this? Is it really real? Is it genuine or is it not? But it doesn't matter because we know how the word of God is. We know it's quick and powerful. You let it in and it's going to cut you, right? So let's check out this video and see what's going on. I'm going to read a little bit, read a few scriptures, and then we're going to close out. And we're gonna see what they're talking about right now. I seen an article on it also. I didn't get a chance to read all the way through it, but let's see what she has to say.
The state superintendent in Oklahoma wants to incorporate the Bible and the Ten Commandments in all classrooms. The announcement came at a meeting with the State Board of Education. The move is in response to a key ruling from the state Supreme Court. That court recently blocked an attempt to create the nation's first publicly funded religious charter school. In response, the state superintendent is calling for every classroom in the state of Oklahoma to have a Bible and that teachers would be required to instruct from it. The decision comes almost a month after Texas education leaders proposed a new curriculum to reference the Bible in textbooks that would include dozens of pages in language art books that would need to contain references to the Bible.
Okay. You know what? Let's check these comments out. The comments always give me an idea of how the people feel about it. Let's see. Religion has no place in school. Absolutely no place. Religion is something that should be taught at home. But it didn't say religion. It said the Holy Bible. It never said anything about religion. Right? It's a book. Just like they teach other books. Are we against them teaching books? Let's go down. BS, keep religion out of school. Teach reading, music, math, science, true history. True history. Whoa. That's a stretch. How do we know it's true history? Whatever history someone wants to tell at the time is going to be their true history. What about the other party? They don't have the history to tell. So is it true history or is it their history? It's their history. In English history, right? And don't forget about sports, athletics. I wonder if he's being, seems like he's being sarcastic because maybe not. Separation of church and state. Religion is great in private schools. This country was founded on freedom and from religion. Why they keep talking about religion? Yeah, it may be a religious book, but it also has history in it. Yeah, we're doomed. We were doomed with everything else they were teaching. This would be the very moment I choose to put my children in homeschool. Now would be the time? Okay. Okay. Well, we see that most people are not on board for it, which I can understand if they're trying to force religion. If they're trying to force it, like a certain religion on you, because many religions use the Bible. You got different sections of Christianity that uses the Bible. You might have Catholic, Baptist, all these other forms of Christianity that may use this Bible. So which religion are you showing? No, you're just showing the Holy Scriptures. You're just incorporating that into the school, which is a good history book. Also, this is a good book of knowledge and wisdom, which is not taught. You can actually call it a book of wisdom. Actually, teaching wisdom in school isn't a bad thing, right? Because let's think about it. You're learning all this stuff about what this guy said. Reading, okay, you have to read music, math, science, true history, English, sports. But you're not taught any wisdom. You have knowledge in the world. That's fine to be taught, but what about wisdom? A lot of things that's taught at school, in my opinion, needs to not be taught. A lot of those things are forced upon us too, like science, for example. Now, you can teach science, like the basis of science, the basic form of it. But when you start getting into forcing like the solar system, for example, on people, that's a certain belief. You don't know that to be for sure. It's still something you made up, right? Whether you want to say you have proof or not, most things in science are theories. So you're teaching that, you're forcing that on people, but that's not a problem, right? That's no problem at all. That theory also involves believing that there is no God. That's forced upon you. When they say the Big Bang Theory, that's forced upon you. That's almost like they do have a religion, Scientology. So would that be forcing science on people? That's a religion. The question is it a good thing? Now let's go to this article. It says Oklahoma or the school to teach the Bible in every classroom. Now we see that it says it teaches the Bible, right? So to teach the Bible, that doesn't mean you're forcing religion on them. It means you're teaching them what the Bible is saying, which may be a good thing or a bad thing. The good side of it is it may open people's eyes to want to know more or actually reading it. Because most people never read it, but they have so much to say about it. It's the craziest thing. You never read something, but someone else told you about it, and now you go off of that as if it's real. As if, whatever that person said is gold when they might have not even read the Bible. They got that from someone else. So now it gives the people the opportunity to actually see it for themselves, and the word can overcome as you read it. And it's like, oh, I didn't know this. Oh, I didn't know that. That makes so much sense. The wisdom overall in the Bible would cut you in a good way. Prick your heart. It would make you, interested and say, hey, I need to find out more about God. This is something real. And that's what the word does. So in that sense, I would say it's good. Just even looking at it and reading it, even if you're studying it, just to see about it, just reading the word does something. You reading it yourself does something. And that might be a good thing. You have ears to hear, let them hear. Those people that need to hear, those people that always needed to hear, now they're kind of forced to do it if it's taught in school. Before it was like, your parents might tell you to do it, or you might have to do it in church or Bible study. But now that it's in school, you're seeing it more. You might have tests on it. So now you're reading it and really seeing what's going on, rather than getting knowledge from someone else. Your friend telling you, hey man, you really believe in the story of Noah? All that kind of banter. But the bad side about it is they can make it seem to be like not real. Try to incorporate it like, yeah, this is just a book of, mythology, or this is just a, just a story, and that's how we're gonna take it, and try to kind of downplay it. Some kind of like fiction, trying to make it a fictional book in a sense. They can try that, right? But like I said, the word of God is quick and powerful, sharper than any two-edged sword. But let's read what it has to say right here. Let's gonna read a little bit, and then we're gonna get into the word. And it says that Oklahoma Department of Education ordered every teacher in the state to have a Bible in their classroom and to teach from it. That's not bad. We go down. Every teacher, every classroom in the state will have a Bible in the classroom and will be teaching from the Bible in the classroom to ensure that this historical understanding is there for every student in the state of Oklahoma. See? So just to have a historical understanding, which is perfectly fine. You have history books and you can't confirm that history. You can have people research it. You can have historians going, put this together. But they do that with the Bible also. They do that with the Holy Scriptures also. And they find something to be true. Some people can't find some other things. Like, you got to take history for what it is and learn from it. That's what it's there for. And all the history lessons in the Bible, in the Holy Scriptures, you learn something from. If you're not learning something from history, what's the point? I know about what happened before. If it's nothing taught that leads you in a better direction, what's the point in it? It doesn't matter what happened before if it doesn't teach you anything. That's just real life. But you can know it. Oh, you know what happened before. Like, what is there to gain? He called the Bible the Holy Scriptures of Judaism and Christianity, one of the foundational documents of Western civilization. He said important historical figures, including civil rights leader Martin Luther King Jr., referred to the text, which is true. I like how he called it the Holy Scriptures. I love that. Both the Hebrew and Christian Bible include the Jewish prophet Moses receiving the Ten Commandments on Mount Sinai, while only the Christian Bible includes the New Testament. Walters, who is Christian, did not stipulate which versions teachers must use to comply with his order, and his spokesperson declined to answer questions. So off rip, we need to get into the King James. That should be the version. Or just the original Hebrew translated in its purest form. Or why not just teach Hebrew too? Why not? You teach Spanish? I know Spanish is a worldwide language, from the Spaniards, the domination of many places in the world. We know this, just like the English. We know this. So what? How about you teach Hebrew also? So then people can read the Bible in the purest form. So there won't be any, it's not even the real language, that kind of stuff going on. But I kind of like what some of this thing is saying, and it's saying right here also, let's continue. The Establishment Clause of the U.S. Constitution's First Amendment has been interpreted to prohibit the state from sponsoring or establishing any particular religion, which I keep on saying, you do not necessarily have to teach a religion. The Holy Scriptures doesn't speak of a religion. It doesn't. It speaks on being holy. So if you want to have a class on being holy, there you have it. It's not teaching anyone religion. It's teaching them how to be holy. Now, if you want to say you're teaching them a God, right? Then you may say, okay, I don't want them to teach about a God, but then you're teaching in school about no God. So you got to have both, and then you let the people decide what they want to choose. They want to choose no God, or they want to choose God, right? The Oklahoma Constitution goes further, stipulating that any public school and spending of public funds must be non-sectarian and not benefit any sect, church, denomination, or system of religion. So like I said again, this is not a sect, this is not a church, this is not a denomination or system of religion. This is the Holy Scriptures, which can be used as a historic book. Also, it can be used as a book of wisdom and a teaching of holiness, right? This is what it can be used for. So it can be taught without forcing a religion on you, you know. Now, if you decide to become a follower of Christ, are you in a religion or are you just following Christ's teachings? You're following Christ's teachings and being holy. And it's really that simple. You know, I love the idea. I just hope it doesn't become something else to make it, you know, to water it down or try to make it something else that it's not. Keep it as the Holy Scriptures. Keep it as a book of teaching how to be holy. And it's fine, you know. Let's get into some scripture. I'm getting into Isaiah in Isaiah 30. And we're going to get into verse 20. We're going to start at verse 20. And I'll start at verse 20 and 21. Those are the verses I'm going to read. And this applies to, you know, those people that's in school that might not know of the Bible, or they might have been raised with the Bible but never read it. But then those people that might look at the Bible like, oh, I don't want to read that book, but now they're forced to read it. And then it's like, oh, this is actually interesting. This is actually, it's touching me. It's, you know, it's cutting me, you know, that kind of deal. So we're going to start at Isaiah 30, verse 20. And though the Lord give you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner anymore, but thine eyes shall see thy teachers. And here's the verse. And thine ears shall hear a word behind thee, saying, this is the way, walk ye in it, and when ye turn to the right hand, and when ye turn to the left. This is the way, walk in it. This is what might happen. Not saying that you're going to be in a religion now, because like I said, the Bible doesn't speak of a religion. The Holy Scriptures doesn't speak of a religion, but this is the way. This is being holy is the way. It's not even teaching you, you know, it's teaching you to be holy. It's not even teaching you to, it's a lot of those people think religion is this thing to control you. Nothing that Jesus taught is controlling. It's saying, hey, this is how you were intended. This is how you were made to be. Just like, you know, anything else. You know, you use water. That's what it's intended for. You know, certain animals eat other animals to control this, you know, ecosystem and all this, and they're made for that. You know, carnivores are made to eat the other animals, herbivores, and then the herbivores are made to eat the grass, and then it's like a whole cycle. And the humans have a purpose also. And they're there in the middle, not knowing what they're supposed to do, but walk this way. Walk in it. When you turn to the right hand and when you turn to the left, be holy. Right? Turn over to Jeremiah 33. Call unto me, and I will answer thee, and shew thee great and mighty things, which thou knowest not. Now, with the Bible being taught now, the students can go test this now. They can test if God is true to his word. They can call on to him now. And he says he will answer thee and show them great and mighty things. Now, if this comes to pass, guess who we have as a believer? Guess who we have, you know, wanting this to be everywhere now. Wanting it to be taught everywhere. Now, let's not get ahead of ourselves saying that we want to just dominate the world and do it. But if everyone was a follower of Christ and followed Christ to a T, and which is holy, the world would be perfect, like Christ was. I mean, if you go through and I don't care if you're a scientist, I don't care if you're a historian, I don't care if you're, a Satanist, I don't care if you're a fake Christian, I don't care if you're a Muslim, I don't care what you are. If you listen to Christ's teaching, you cannot deny that following it would not make the world perfect. You cannot deny it. It's really that simple. It's really that simple. That's all I have. I mean, I'm not mad at it. I just hope that it's genuine. I hope that it's for the right cause. And I would love to see how it turns out. I would love to see, that being taught, and, my kids coming to me, asking me about it. Like, hey, did you know that? Yeah. Yes. Follow me. Let me show you more. You know what I mean? That'd be a great feeling, actually. So this is just a message. Tell me how you feel in the comments. As always, see y'all later. Catch y'all later. This is just a message. Don't shoot the messenger. Until next time.